The 5 common mistakes in property selection that investors make. Hi, I'm Jeff Banks from Property Portfolio Solutions, and I want to talk to you about 5 common errors that people make when they're selecting a property for investment. Now, the first one is that it's not a subjective decision. You're not going to live in this place. You're going to have people get into it, and at the end of the day, it's all about the numbers. I'm going to put some money down. I'm either going to leverage it or I'm going to use the money that I've got. I'm going to invest in something that's going to give me a return, or it's going a revenue return being rent, or a capital gain down the track. And that is what I'm aiming to do to get to my goal. Error number 2. Again, when we talk about property, there's an old adage. When it comes to property, there are 3 P's. Position, position, position. Now, 3 P's is good. We've got a lot of P's in our name in Property Portfolio Solutions, but we like to think it's more the 3 R's. Research, research, research. Now you think about it. There have been a number of people caught with property investment of late, particularly in things like mining towns, where people have got in there, made apparently a lot of money early, and then the mine closes. What's happened? The backside falls out of the market. They end up with a dog, nothing able to sell, and their investment has dried up. With a little bit more research, looking at the factors that affect that particular investment, one might have had a look at, well, how long has that particular mine got to go? Should I have got out 12 months before the mine was apparently about to close? That might have been a good idea. Everything's easy in hindsight, but when it comes to that, we just need to be careful as we're going along. Now, number 3, and this one's really important. People get caught up in FOMO, the fear of missing out. They listen to the hype. They listen to those glitzy salespeople. They listen to the marketing that's going on. They go to those property seminars. They get caught up in all the hype that they're going along, and they get blinded by it. Now, Manfred Mann with blinded by the light, that's not quite right, but a lot of people, they know they need to be in property, they know they need to be there quickly, and they get caught up in the rush. Now, that brings us then to point 4. They're not open to making their money work as hard as possible. Now, I need to invest in property. Do I just go and buy an investment unit, get my 3 or 4% as I'm going along? That's better than the 1 or 2% interest I'm going to make. Yes, inflation should bring that property along unless you're buying in a place that's oversupplied and becoming more oversupplied, which will push the price down. Or should I look at something with a dual income? Should I look at something where I can get an equity uplift by simply doing something a bit smarter with my money as I'm going along? Or should I get to and do something even more different or more risky? That becomes a question for your aversion level. And number 5 is that people get stuck in old style thinking. I've got to have an investment property. Oh, an investment unit sounds easy. Bang, I go and buy a unit and I should be able to set and forget. Problem. What happens if I buy a particularly large high rise that has a lift in it? Large maintenance levies. What happens if I buy an older property that I think might very well just suit my market, my budget? Okay, repairs and maintenance. Should I buy a new property where I can get depreciation things? There are all sorts of things that need to be considered. Now, if you want to get past those 5 steps, the easiest way to do that is to engage an expert like Property Portfolio Solutions. We have the experts there to be able to help you pass those mistakes so that A, you don't make them, and B, you end up with the steps towards that goal you want to be with. At Property Portfolio Solutions, we're about turning people's dreams into reality. And that's what we do. My name's Jeff Banks. I'm from Property Portfolio Solutions, where your legacy is our inspiration.